thousands of years, the story of Noah's Ark has captivated the human imagination. A colossal wooden ship built by divine command, tasked with saving a remnant of life from an apocalyptic flood. But is it merely a myth or a misunderstood chapter of ancient history? Across deserts, mountains, and submerged ruins, explorers, archaeologists, and scientists have followed the clues. And now, a growing body of evidence is raising an unsettling question. Did Noah's Ark actually exist? In this documentary, we unravel the newest and most compelling findings that could change everything we thought we knew. Let's begin at the heart of the legend. Mount Ararat, in modern-day Turkey. According to Genesis 8-4, the Ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. For decades, satellite imagery, aerial surveys, and boots-on-the-ground expeditions have focused here. And in 2023, a joint team of Turkish and American researchers revealed something remarkable. Beneath the snow-covered slopes of Mount Tendrik, part of the Ararat Range, ground-penetrating radar detected a massive, boat-shaped formation, measuring about 150 meters in length. That's approximately the size described in the Bible. Coincidence? Maybe, but what lay beneath the surface caught scientists off guard. Core samples extracted from the site revealed layers of ancient clay, marine sediment, and fossilized wood. Even more shocking, radiocarbon dating placed the wood at around 5,000 years old. Right in line with the traditionally accepted timeline of the biblical flood, but skeptics were quick to dismiss it. Natural formation, some said. Pareidolia, others claimed. Our brain's tendency to see familiar shapes and randomness. However, the research team pushed back. There's geometry here, one geologist said. Straight lines, angles, compartments. Nature doesn't do that. Something artificial is here, and it's big. But what if the Ark isn't in Ararat at all? Some scholars argue the mistranslation of ancient texts has led us astray. The original Hebrew speaks not of a single mountain, but the mountains of Ararat, a region, not a peak. That opens the search across a far wider territory. In Iran's Elborz Mountains, satellite surveys recently uncovered symmetrical stone foundations matching the dimensions of a large vessel. In Iraq, inscriptions dating back to Sumerian times describe a massive ship sealed with pitch, built by a man named Utnapishtim, the Mesopotamian Noah, to survive a great deluge. And in 2014, an ancient clay tablet, over 3,700 years old, was decoded by British researcher Irving Finkel, described in stunning detail. The construction of a round vessel, a massive coracle, made from woven ropes and waterproofed with bitumen. Not only did it reference a flood and the saving of animals 2x2, but it predated the book of Genesis by centuries. Was the story of Noah borrowed from an even older tale? Or are these multiple eyewitness accounts of a cataclysm that shook the ancient world? Geologists have long debated whether such a flood could have happened. And while a global flood covering the entire Earth remains unlikely in scientific terms, the Black Sea deluge theory offers an astonishing alternative. In the year 1999, two Columbia University scientists proposed that around 7,600 years ago, melting glaciers caused the Mediterranean to overflow into the Black Sea basin with unimaginable force, triggering a flood that swallowed entire coastlines. Up to 60,000 square miles of land may have been inundated in a matter of days. Archaeological dives in the Black Sea have since revealed submerged settlements, tools, and even possible temples buried beneath silt and salt. Could this have been the flood remembered in so many ancient traditions, from Mesopotamia to India? If so, then Noah's Ark may not be a global myth, but a cultural memory of survival passed down through generations, each adding details to a story too massive to forget. Yet modern-day explorers haven't stopped searching for the literal Ark. In 2010, Chinese and Turkish researchers claimed to have entered a wooden structure high on Mount Ararat at over 13,000 feet. Inside, they recorded what appeared to be man-made compartments, preserved beneath centuries of ice and volcanic ash. But the scientific community remained cautious. Critics questioned the authenticity of the wood samples and accused the team of lacking peer-reviewed analysis. Still, the search continues. With today's technology, LiDAR mapping, sonar imaging, and deep Earth scanning, the mystery inches closer to resolution. But what if the Ark is symbolic? It's a metaphor for survival. For obedience in the face of ridicule? For trusting the divine when the world turns hostile? Religious scholars often point out that Noah's Ark represents more than just a vessel. It's the ultimate symbol of hope, a covenant, a fresh start. Even skeptics find it difficult to dismiss the parallels between ancient flood stories from every corner of the globe, the Hindu tale of Manu's boat, the Aztec flood survivor Coxcox, and the Chinese story of Noah, who built a great raft to escape destruction. How could cultures with no contact describe the same catastrophe? The evidence grows ever more compelling, not just for a literal ark, but for a shared trauma in early human history encoded into our collective memory. Noah's Ark, it seems, is more than an old tale in a sacred book. It is a crossroads of science, religion, and archaeology, where faith meets fossil and myth meets measurement. Will we ever find the Ark? That answer may lie buried beneath rock and ice, or perhaps within us all.